Hello, thank you so much for tuning into the channel. My name is Lade, and I'm a stay-at-home working mom to 4 kids. And this channel is basically just help and tips and ideas for the overwhelmed mom. I know we see so many different ideas and routines and things that we can do to be better homemakers, but personally, as I have been exploring my own personal homemaking journey, there's just been a lot of things that I see that just didn't work for me. And so in this video, I'm sharing what works for me. Like, I need something that's realistic. I need processes that are not going to take me all day, and I need processes that are very, very kid friendly. And so on this channel, I just share stuff that works for me. Like, my style may not work for you, and that is okay. There are plenty of people out there, but I do know that there are probably other people who are struggling like how I used to struggle before I kind of started my flylady journey. And now that I think about it, it's more like a flylady inspired journey. So that is what I talk about on this channel. Just maybe some different ideas and ways to think about homemaking that's a little more practical and that's not super overwhelming. Now that we've gotten that awkward introduction out of the way, I want to talk about routines, because routines are seriously something that has been life-changing for me. And I really have been trying to think about what kept me from being consistent and doing routines consistently before I started my flylady journey. And I think a big piece of it is, well, first of all, let me just give you a little bit of background. Like, you guys know, like, I'm a mom of 4, and like, I just felt always like I could never get ahead. Like, I was struggling and like always working and just doing this, doing that. And like, I just felt like I had so many things coming at me at one time. And I felt like I was just like barely keeping my head above water, but I never felt like confident and in control with what I was doing. Now, that being said, you guys, I will never come on here and pretend like I'm a perfect housemaker, that my home is perfect. It's not, but at least like I feel confident with it. And at least I feel like that the things that I see that I want to change, I feel like I have the confidence and the ability to work it in my schedule and then make those changes. Whereas before, I felt like, no, like there's so much going on. I'm struggling to keep my head above water. The sink is full of dishes, laundry's out of control. Like, how can I work on these little projects, these little details, when I feel so overwhelmed with the things that need to be done day to day? And so I think the biggest reason that I resisted routines is because I didn't feel confident that I could show up for myself every day. I think that I just felt like what's the point? Like, because I know myself and I know that I've struggled with laziness. Okay, I'm just being honest. Like I don't like cleaning. That's actually the reality. I know that I struggle with wanting to do this every day. So what's the point of sitting down and writing out routines when I know good and well I'm not going to be doing this? And so I think another reason that I didn't do it is because I did try the routines. Like, I tried to do them. Like, I saw like everybody else is doing them and like all the mommy channels. And I was like, okay, well, let me just try it this way. And the way that I did it was just overwhelming for me. Like, like I felt like, okay, this is like too much work. I feel like I'm burning myself out. And so I was just did too much, and I held a standard for myself that was unrealistic. And if I could go back and talk to myself, I would just compare it to like going to the gym. Like, you would never go to the gym and look at the heavy lifters if you've never been to the gym before and be like, I want to do what you're doing, and then go pick up the heaviest barbell in the building. Like, you totally would not do that. And I feel like that's what I did when it came to trusting myself to follow routines and beginning the process of developing good homekeeping strategies. And so just like if you were to go to the gym and you've never been before, you're probably going to start with something really lightweight just to get the feel of it. And then you're going to be like, oh yeah, 5-pound weights, that's not bad. And then you're going to step it up and maybe go to a little bit heavier, and you're going to like build yourself up. And I believe that back in the days before I started, getting consistent about my routines, I thought that I was just who I was, that I don't think I realized that like I could change, and that I could grow and cultivate and develop new habits, and I didn't have to like feel overwhelmed and stressed out in the process. So that's what I did. And I love having routines now. And another thing I think I did is I associated it with just like lack of freedom, because I value flexibility. I value being able to do what I want when I want to do it. And I think that I just associated doing all these routines with lack of flexibility. But like I was saying, like I love routines now, and routines give me so much flexibility, because it's like when you decide what you're going to do, when you're going to do it, when it comes to housemaking, it's like you can just hurry up and get all of it done and execute it. Pop, 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 pop. And the way I have my routine set up is I just work for 15 minutes in the morning, and I say 15 minutes at night, but realistically, I kind of mix in my nighttime routines with my nighttime cleaning now. But it's just kind of like, and then I have the rest of the day to do whatever I want to do. And it's like, if you want to do zone cleaning, you have projects around your home, you don't have to like do them all in one day. You can create a routine structure where you're just taking like a little nibble out of it day by day and give yourself time to do it. And then now I have like all this free time in my day to work on other projects, to work on businesses, to work on my YouTube channel, because like I'm not worried about my house falling apart, because I have set a standard for myself that no matter what condition my house is in, every morning I'm going to do these 5 tasks, and every night I'm going to do these 4 tasks or whatever. And so, yeah, like I really love routines, and I wish that I would have started them and been consistent with them and believed in my ability to do them much sooner. So I'm making this video for any mom out there who feels like she's on the struggle boat. I want to encourage you to believe in yourself and believe that you can do routines. They don't have to be scary. They don't have to be overwhelming. You don't have to do what you see all the moms do on YouTube. You can craft a routine that works for your life and that feels good for you. I want you to remember that you can change. Like, just because they don't feel good to do today, or you feel like you can't do a lot today, doesn't mean that your skills won't grow and that like you won't get better and faster and stronger at this. Because let me be a living testament that you can, and you can change like within a matter of a few weeks, in a matter of a few days. Like, it doesn't have to be a big deal. Just really try to make your goals reasonable. Like, go and lift that 5-pound weight. And so for many people, the thing that really helps me was the shiny sink rule. That's a good habit to start. And basically cleaning out your sink one good time and being determined to leave it that way. Setting it as your protected zone, and like, you're not going to put dishes in there and not let anybody else put dishes in there. And basically, like, you can put your dishes anywhere else, but just don't put them in the sink. And what that's going to do is every time you walk by your sink, like, it just feels good having an empty sink, you know? And for me, that makes me, when I see dishes on the counter, that makes me feel like, oh, I need to do something about it. So it'll help you stay on top of your routines and get the dishes in more often. And then when you are ready to do the dishes, like, and you want to run that hot soapy sink of water, you don't have to like dig your hand out, pull all the gross dishes out. So that is a beautiful habit to start. And that's the one that got me hooked on flylady. That's the one that made me feel like I can do this, and it doesn't have to be overwhelming. Like, so that's a good one to start. Maybe a second routine or a second habit that you might want to think about doing is the hot spot fire drills. And so basically, you know, those areas in your home that be getting a little cray-cray, okay? Like the countertops that people just keep dropping their crap on, and it makes your house look a little crazier than it has to look. Clear it off one good time. And then every morning and every night, go take all the stuff off of there. Like, it will only take you a couple of minutes, and then you check it off your checklist. So if you do those 2 things, like, that's a great way to start building habits. And that's a great way to just feel like an immediate difference in your home. And then, you know, there's lots of other baby steps and other habits that you can cultivate that will just improve your homemaking skills and improve your confidence. I have videos about that I talk about it in other videos, so definitely feel free to like check that out, or I'll probably like include a link, some other baby steps that you can think about. But that's it. And it's like, if you just commit to doing those 2 small things, nobody puts dishes in your sink, and do a hot spot fire drill, clear all the hot spots, you will feel so much confident and and then after a couple of weeks, you're gonna be like, oh, I can handle this. Like, it's not a big deal. And you'll be ready to juggle on and add on the next thing. So really have grace with yourself, really allow yourself to develop and to cultivate habits. You do not have to do it all. You do not have to do it all today. You can build yourself up and slowly get there and take on the habits that feel good to you and that help you accomplish the goals that you want to accomplish. More than anything, I just want more homemakers out there to feel like at peace. Like, I understand that feeling of constantly feeling like you have to keep your head above water. And I want you to feel like you just have time to, keep your home together. Because for me, I'm like, I want my home to be like, decent, but there's other things that I'm passionate about. There's other things I'm interested in and that I want to pursue. And so it's important for me to have time to do those things and not feel guilty. Like, oh, I really should be doing this, but and so more than anything, I want you to have that. I want for any mom out there who's just overwhelmed and can feel like she can barely keep her head underwater, I want you to feel like you have control and that you can do this, and it doesn't have to look like the way everybody else does it, and that you can create a formula for yourself that will get you the results that you want and also feel good to you at the same time. So I have a little bit of a homework assignment for you guys. I just want you to get a sheet of paper, okay? A sheet of paper. And if you have like a plastic sleeve to put it in, that would be even better. And just write what one routine you're going to commit to doing every day. So you're not going to wait until the dishes are out of control. Let's say you decide to do the shiny sink roll. You're not going to wait. You're not going to wait until you're triggered to do them. You're going to decide now that I want to make sure my sink is shiny and do something with dishes every morning and every night. And then just write it on there. And then when you do it, go put you a little check mark next to it. And then I want you, especially if you have a plastic sheet, get you a dry eraser marker and check it off. And then I want you to feel proud of yourself because you are sticking to your routines. And then every time you walk by that sink, I want you to be like, yes, like, look at this. I am a boss today, okay? So I want you to do that this week. Next week, I want you to, and so every day this week, I want you to put a little check mark on your routine. Start with 1, okay? And then next week, I want you to do the same thing. I want you to write out your habit that you're gonna do. So we're gonna keep that sink shiny at all costs. When somebody drops that dish in there, we're gonna take it out and put it to the side, okay? And then I want you to find like one hot spot, just one hot spot, that area in your home where people keep dropping stuff. It's right where everybody can see, so it makes your house look messier than it really is. And I want you to clean it off one at a time. And then on your routine, you're just going to go check and grab the 1 or 2 things that people have dropped on there during the day. Do it every morning and every night. And then you're going to go check. And you're going to feel awesome because you are showing up for yourself. You are following through on what you said you were going to do. And you're building that muscle and getting stronger at following routines. And you're going to look at your sink and be like, whoa, like dishes are not taking over me. Like, I'm doing such a good job. And then you're going to see that hot spot, and that area in your home is just going to look so much cleaner. Week 3, add another hot spot. Week 4, add another hot spot. And every week, just think of some new baby steps or some new goals that you can add. And I promise you, like, I know the list is going to get longer, but believe me, mama, you're going to get stronger too. And you're going to be able to cope with it, and it's going to feel really good. And so just try to do it as much. And if you miss, like, do not kill yourself. Do not get mad at yourself. We're not going to freak out over it. Just know that your routines, if you do this every morning and every night, you'll catch yourself. So if you miss a day, don't worry. Go on. Enjoy your day. No guilt, because you're going to come back and you're going to catch up in the night. And so, but the problem is, don't skip your routine too many times. But if you miss one here and one there, girl, give yourself grace. You still got this under control. All right. So that's that. That's my little homework for you guys. If you want more content like this and you want to have these mom chats, these mom reflections, then definitely feel free to subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.